Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Silly Goose Sports Talk. I am Big T.
And I'm Skippy. And before we get into this episode, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because it helps us regardless take of the latest sports news. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're hotter than ever. Penguins are still bad. It's almost March Madness.
Let's talk about the Caps. We actually do have to talk about the Caps at some point. Holy smokes. But you do whatever you want first, okay, buddy?
Let's start with NHL. Just because Timmy's a little child over there. Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Penguins, okay? It's bad. It's very bad. We lost in overtime to the Spartans. We lost to the Sharks. Well, actually, we won against the Sharks 6-3. Then we went to New York and we lost to the Rangers 4-3. And then we won against the Red Wings 6-3. And then we lost to the New Jersey Devils 5-2. We have 5 games left against the Stars, the Avalanche, Hurricanes, Stars. I'm gonna be honest, it's done. It's Joe over, man. It's done for these Pittsburgh Penguins, okay? I ain't even holding back. We're done, bro.
I thought the same thing about the Caps last week, but
they're making a run for it. They're making a run for it.
Wednesday night was not it. If there was the final nail in the coffin, I thought it would have been that Wednesday night drubbing that the Capitals took against the Oilers. We lost 7-2. And I was like, well, they stayed in contention until March. They were in the conversation in March. That's all you can ask for. With this aging team, players getting traded left and right, Mantha's gone, Kuznetsov's gone. They only got 5 guys left from the Cup. You got Ovechkin, Backstrom, he's not even going to be there that long. Oshie, Carlson, and Wilson. The big 5, that's all you got left. And that core decided it was time to go. Thursday night, you get a low-scoring action. You get Oshie getting back on the board. Connor McMichael gets a goal in a 2-1 win versus the Kraken. Okay, that's Seattle. Nice, you get a win there. They run it back, do it again, 2-1 versus the Canucks with Ovechkin getting on the board and Wilson. All vets getting those goals there. Another 2-1.
The Canucks are really good. 42-18 right now.
Oh, yeah.
So
and then
really
last night, you have this team getting on fire. Ovechkin with 2. Wilson with 1, Strome with 1, and Hendricks Lapierre. So you're getting Ovechkin and Wilson, 2 old boys, and then Lapierre and Strome, 2 young hot shots. We win that one 5-2. And as the Capitals stand right now, they're in the wild card. Wait, are they? They were in wild card 2 just a second ago. Okay, the Red Wings won, it looks like, so they're not in it anymore, but there's a chance. I'm saying there's a chance. Got to face off against the Maple Leafs tomorrow. The Maple Leafs, in their own right, are doing decently. They're about 10 points ahead of us, but if they can get a win there, that would really, really assist them in this hunt at the moment. And after that, you got to play the Bruins, who they're also pretty good. And you got the Sabres, Penguins, Hurricanes, Senators, Red Wings, Sabres again, Lightning, Bruins, Flyers. I'm saying there's a chance. Is it a big chance? No. But this team's done it before. New names on the jerseys, but I don't know. We'll see. I've seen it all at this point.
Yeah.
How are things in baseball land?
Baseball. All right, well, we can start off with the Pirates. Again, season starts very, very soon. March 28th. Again, it's only a couple days.
Oh,
I can taste it. Huh?
Just over a week.
Just over a week. I can taste it. But we'll just go over the spring training games. So we started off Tuesday against the Braves, 5-1. Got a little bit demolished by the Blue Jays, 10-3. Lost to the Orioles, 5-2. Beat the Yankees, 6-2. Lost to the Tigers, 6-4. Beat the Braves, 4-2. Beat the Rays, 8-4. And beat the Phillies, 11-2. Again, I kind of like spring training. I just like watching the games. They're kind of fun. They're kind of
It's
silly.
stupid, but it's fun.
Exactly. And again, we're just gonna be playing the Yankees, Blue Jays, Orioles, Red Sox, Yankees, and Blue Jays to end off the spring training. And then we start off with a series against the Marlins, and we'll see how we do there. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
The Orioles, pretty good week, I will say. They start things off slugging the Rays, 12-8. That's gonna be another really good series this year that I'm looking forward to. Lost to the Braves 7-5. Beat the Pirates 5-2. Lost to the Rays 7-2. Beat the Red Sox 5-4. Tied with the Tigers 4 apiece. Beat the Braves 8-2. And then today outslugged the Blue Jays by a final score of 13-8. They round spring training off against the Phillies, Red Sox, Pirates, Rays, Blue Jays, Twins. And then the real season gets started off on March 28th at 3:05 against the Angels, which I think could go either way. I would like to see us win 2 out of 3 of that. I'd be happy. Because then you got to play the Royals, Pirates, and Red Sox, all of which probably would not have the highest expectations going in, but with the core this Orioles team has right now, you really got to see them come out hot and just start off with the way they finished off last year. We don't talk about the playoff series, though. They got swept by the Rangers. We don't talk about that part. But let's go O's. And then we got to talk about the Nationals, who I think they're a sleeper team to look at for.
Yeah. I mean,
mediocre. They're gonna take a step up this year, I think.
They're looking okay from the games that I've watched, which is like 6 or 7 that I've tuned in. They're looking okay.
Is James Wood gonna be in the majors this year? We talked about him in that episode got like 100 views.
I know, right? That was weird. That was
the
really
one
weird.
Good episode that we had. Our viewership just went.
Hold on, let me see. I'm not sure because with how he's been playing, it's because he's playing really, really well in spring training, like really well. It's looking just from what from the YouTube videos I'm seeing, it's looking like he might if he continues to play well in these last couple games. But again, there's been no official announcement about it, but it's looking likely. We'll just go through the games here again. We beat the Mets 4-1, Marlins 2-1, Astros 5-3, Mets 7-3. Then we lost the Cardinals 8-5. We went back and we beat the Mets 9-8. Beat the Astros 10-1. Again, this national team is looking good.
I wouldn't say playoffs.
The pitching isn't great. We don't have great pitchers.
We didn't expect greatness out of the pitching.
But the offense is not looking horrible.
Right.
From what I've been seeing.
If you can win a couple slugfests, win a couple games that you shouldn't, you got yourself a 70-win ball club.
Exactly.
Opposed to the poo-poo stuff we've had ever since the glorious Strasburg injury. They're still paying all that dead money to Strasburg. Like, holy crap.
I know, right? It's crazy. But yeah, on March 28th, they're going to be hitting off their season against the Reds. It's a pretty weird day to start the season on a Thursday, but, I
remember a random Thursday night, I think it was in 2019, I think, the year they won. They went and just smacked up the Reds like 17-8 or something like that. It was a slugfest. You're getting a massive home run every other inning.
Yeah.
Do you remember the 15-inning game, the Nats Brewers? That ended like 15-14. I remember that game. They lost, but I remember that game was crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right, now what I've been waiting to talk about the entire podcast. The Pittsburgh Steelers trades have been nuts, okay? This is the craziest week in like a good 20 years for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
What do you think about Russell Wilson?
Okay. Let's break it down first. With Russell Wilson.
Let's break this down,
The Pittsburgh Steelers traded Deontay Johnson and Kenny Pickett and signed Russell Wilson. Again, I don't hate it. Okay? I don't hate it.
Right.
You know? But it's not just Russell Wilson that we obtained, okay?
Acquired more quarterback room.
Justin Fields. Okay? Now, what I'm thinking is what they're probably, just from my mind, I think they're going to start Justin Fields. They're going to... Why wouldn't they?
Would you take him over Russell Wilson? Look, Russell Wilson.
Okay, well, actually, no, that was a stupid thing to say. I think they're going to have Russell Wilson.
Fields over Russ?
No. So I think they're going to have Russell Wilson. So I got them confused. They're going to have the Broncos, Russell Wilson, start for what I'm predicting the next year or two, where they give Justin Fields time to develop,
right? Which they should have done
into that QB spot. Again, he's relatively young, relatively new.
Right.
He needs time to develop into that spot, which is what I think they're going to do. Which is how they failed with Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
Again, with signing Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, that's why Kenny Pickett left, and that's why Mason Rudolph left to the Titans. Yeah, they traded Mason Rudolph to the Titans, which is also good. Mm-hmm. He was a free agent, so after 6 seasons he was done.
Washington has made more free agency moves in this offseason than they have in my entire life. And I'm turning 19 this Friday.
Yeah.
So you have Austin Eckler, Mr. Fantasy King, of getting me a ton of fantasy points almost every week for the past 2 or 3 years now. He's on the Commanders now. He just agreed to a 2-year deal worth up to $11.43 million on Monday. See, Washington did not try to re-sign Antonio Gibson, who ended up going to the Patriots. But we needed another back to pair up with Brian Robinson and Chris Rodriguez. I think this 1-2 punch, Eckler and Robinson, we might put up a really good running game with the way that the offensive line's building up. See, then you get Bobby Wagner, one of the best linebackers in the league, on a 1-year, $8.5 million deal. We add a strong leader to a defense that it needs help, let me tell you.
Goodness.
Then you pick up Marcus Mariota for a $6 million deal.
Yeah.
Now they have a veteran-ish quarterback in the locker room.
Yeah.
Mariota, he ain't no spring chicken. Skippy, do you remember that playoff game? It was before Mahomes was even starting. January 2018. It was the year that the Chiefs choked away the game to the Titans. And
I do remember that. I do remember the Titans.
And Marcus Mariota, he was scrambling. He threw the ball. It was like a little sidearm thing that you thought, oh, it might go in. No, it got batted away. He catches it and jumps into the end zone for the touchdown. That was one of the funnest plays I've seen in my entire life. And now he's with Washington. So
right.
Now we got him. Then we picked up Zach Ertz of all people.
Which is
out
of left field.
Look, I like Zach Ertz. Good guy. Love the guy. Hated him when he was on the Eagles. I liked him when he was on the Cardinals. I might like him even more when he's on the Commanders. Though I will probably be giving him a lot more criticism. It's not because I hate him. It's because I love him.
Right.
However, Logan Thomas had my heart. I've loved that tight end for years. And it's really a shame to see them let him walk. But getting that big name in Zach Ertz shows that even though he's old, doesn't mean he sucks yet. Then you get Dante Fowler, who he was with the, where was he? I think he was with Dallas. And defensive end, you're going to need him. You lost Chase Young, Montez Sweat, trying to build up that line back up. And then you get another good old linebacker in Frankie Louvu, 3 years up to $36 million. They get another linebacker hole. He'll be right next to Jamin Davis. I think that linebackers are not a liability for once.
Yeah.
And then you get an actual offensive lineman who actually knows how to do his job. The rest of the guys
Who knows, man?
Offensive line, bye-bye. Make way for Tyler Biazdas. So yeah, this is a big guy, big bruiser. We need big bruiser. And we got him. We re-signed Cornelius Lucas. We signed F.A. Obata. Jeremy Chin, we bring him in. Dorrance Armstrong, 3 years, $45 million. Another defensive end you need to bring in. Then Salen Farrell, another defensive end. Michael Davis, the cornerback, you bring him in from the Chargers. Cool. Jeremy Reeves comes back, our Pro Bowler. And then Brandon McManus, a kicker. So, because Joey Sly rhymes with not that guy. How about that, Skip? What do you think?
What a rhyme!
You get a bunch of guys. Oh, I do not know how to. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this guy. We're going to call him Noah. He's a cornerback.
Yeah.
He was with the Dolphins. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this because, as horrible as your pronunciation is, I don't think I could do any better in this situation. So we're going to say, good luck, Noah. I hope you do well with the Commanders. I don't really know how to pronounce your last name, but I hope you do well. I pray you succeed. We get a new long snapper, Tyler Ott. So, cool. But there's one tragedy. The greatest tragedy to ever befall this team, other than RG3 getting hurt, like your cousins go, Alex Smith getting hurt, all that other stuff. You trade Sam Howell. Look, Sammy Howell was my Pookie Bear. He was my darling. He had my heart. He had my soul. He had everything. He was my quarterback. He won me over. Look, we might have lost a lot of games, but Sam Howell versus the Eagles is better than prime Peyton Manning. Even if we lost both of those games, that guy was really good. Yeah. And letting him walk to the Seahawks, I wish him the best. I really do. And when he beats us in an NFC Championship game in 5 years, it's going to sting. It really will. But let me tell you, I will be rooting for Slinging Sammy in that Super Bowl. And you get draft picks out of it. Speaking of draft picks, there is some buzz going around that the Vikings could be moving up after letting Kirk Cousins walk. The Broncos are going to be looking for quarterbacks. So,
yeah.
Could you gut it out with Mariota if a deal comes up with a ton of draft picks?
Right.
Could you be that Rams team in 2011 that traded away the number 2 pick, got a ton of people? Yeah. Could Washington be that team? I don't know. I'm not JP Finley. I love JP Finley. That guy's awesome. I'm not him. I'm not a reporter. I'm not a beat reporter. I'm just a guy in my room talking about sports, doing the thing I love. But let me tell you, I'm confident in this team. So that will conclude the football segment. I do have to talk about that NASCAR race, which is the stupidest race in the world. But any other things you have to add before that, my boy?
No, go on your rant.
Goodness, I don't even know where to start. This
Make it
race.
short, please.
Look, have you ever played any of the racing games or anything of that sort?
No.
No. Well, there's this little slider in the game where you can adjust tire wear. It makes the game more fun. We have to pit every 10 laps. It's stupid, but it's fun. That's what NASCAR did this week. They used the same tire compound at Bristol, and what happened was they used a different traction compound under the track. They used PJ1. They used something on it last year. They did something a little bit different this year. What that difference was, I don't know, but what I saw in that difference was absolutely... I don't even have words for it. See,
Yeah.
the race starts off like a normal NASCAR race, just running around or fighting for position, and then someone blows a tire. And you're like, oh, okay, it's Bristol. This happens. Then another guy loses a tire. And another one, and another one, and another one. And then we realize, wait a minute. These tires suck. So then what happens is you have just this roulette wheel of drivers coming up. If you run too fast, you're going to blow out a tire, because if you're running too hard, it wears them down too fast. It was tortoise in the hare at 88 miles, not even 88. That couldn't even go to a time machine. At 50 miles an hour, it felt like half the time.
Yeah.
And it was... I can't even describe it to you. I was just watching that thing in awe. I'm like, what? What? There was a point where everybody else was in the pits where Alex Bowman lapped the entire field for a span of like 15 seconds before it looked like he had a tire going down too.
Right.
It's such a blur. I'm going to have to watch that entire race replay again just to understand what was going on. All I know was that Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. were head-to-head going down the last 20-some laps. They went back and forth. Hamlin got the best of lap traffic. Hamlin drives by him, wins the race. Hamlin gets the win. Truex second. I don't know where everyone else finished. All I know is Elliott got 8. I think it was 8. Maybe. I don't know. I frankly don't care. That was just... I don't even know how to describe it. There were only 5 cars on the lead lap. That was just... Let me tell you, NASCAR has been putting on barn burner after barn burner this season, which I like. My heart rate doesn't. I might go into cardiac arrest if we have another crapshoot at COTA this weekend. But
yeah.
That concludes NASCAR for the week. Any other things you'd like to talk about before we conclude
I'm good.
today's broadcast?
I think that's it.
All right. Any particular songs
Thank you all
you'd like
for
to speak?
Power Love.
From Back to the Future? Are we talking about Back to the Future this week? Okay.
Well, that's what I'm working on guitar right now. What's that song? So
that's amazing.
There you go. All right. What about you?
What albums do I like? You know what? I don't think you know me as someone who likes to listen to movie soundtracks, any like symphonies or anything like that. But let me give you Revenge of the Sith. The score.
Nice.
John Williams.
Solid pick. All right.
I have the CD on my nightstand. I'm like, I listened to that this morning. You know what? Let's do it.
Fair enough. All right. Well, with that, I believe that's all we have for y'all. Thanks for coming in. As per usual, we'll see you all in the next episode. Keep on honking.